price. I know you might end up focusing a lot on the price. How much should I charge for this? The price is something you might want to start as low as you can stand and then work your way up. Because to begin, you just want to get it approved. You just want to have the first few people book it. Once you've got those good reviews, you can edit the price after it's published. From what I've read on here, it says that there's a basic pricing system you can use. You start off at basically the lowest price you can stand to offer it. Then once you've got some reviews and good experiences with guests and you've refined the hosting experience where you know exactly what you're doing with the hosting of the experience, then you can put it up to say a mid-level price. Then once you get a lot of great reviews, a ton of consistent great guest experiences, then and you're getting booked so often that you don't have any availability, then you put it up to the very highest level to discourage people from constantly booking it and to allow yourself to really focus on the experience, make the most money from it. Therefore, my intention was to start this at $97 to take a tour of my home office. This was the lowest price I could stand to offer for an hour and a half, because that to me is less than $100 an hour. And my baseline mentally for what I do is kind of $100 an hour. That if it's not at least $100 an hour, it's not worth my time. That said, the plan for this was to start at $97 and work up to $197 as people toured the studio. And to keep in mind that while this might cost $97, and after the 20% service fee by Airbnb, then I would make something like $70 something out of it. However, multiple people can book, so every time, let's say 4 people actually booked, then I'd get $310 for an hour and a half instead of $97. So the nice thing is you can have multiple guests book at once. Therefore, you want to set the price as low as you can possibly stand to do for just one guest at a time. This was my intention, $97, figuring that I could do consistently one guest. And if I had one guest, I'd make $77. And then if I got 2 guests, that's real good, $153. 3 guests, $232, 4 guests, and you can set a limit. I set my limit at 4 because my home office studio, there should not be more than 4 people plus me in here at once. You don't want an experience where you can't pay attention to each individual guest, where it ends up being crowded and uncomfortable, because you see the importance of those reviews. If someone drops a 1-star review, to keep it at a 4.7, you need something like 10 5-star reviews to just get it close to a 4.7. Therefore, it's better to set the group size, which you can do. You can set the group size just above the price field over here. So there's price, and then right above that, there's group size. You want it as a 1 guest minimum, but you don't want to book more guests than you can handle. You might even start on the low end and see if you can take more guests at once. So if you're not sure, you can start with a group size of 1 or 2. If you then successfully do 2 or 3, you can try moving it up. For my home office studio, I definitely don't want to do more than 4 at once, because it's not intended to be that more than that. So you've got the price in here. I don't think it's worth putting a ton of time and energy into the price. You just look at it, what's the lowest I can stand to do this at? And don't put it lower than that, because for $97 for someone to come look at my home office, I think that's a great deal, because I'm also making a connection potentially. I might be networking with someone who could follow me, someone who might want to become a partner in my business, someone who might take my video courses, someone who might help me earn a lot of passive income going forward, or some active income as a partner as well, or who might donate on my live streams. Therefore, you got to consider the connection ability in here as well to the price. So it's not just what you're going to get today, but the purpose of these experiences on Airbnb is to make some real connections. And therefore, you want to also consider the ongoing value of the connection. But at the same time, you don't want to make it so cheap. For example, if I put this to $47, and let's just look at how much that'd get. If I put it to $47 and I'm looking at making $37 to give someone an hour and a half studio tour of my home office, that's no good for me. That the price versus how I feel about it, that's not gonna work. I don't care to stop doing what else I'm doing to make $37. For $77, that's the smallest amount I can stand. That I'll take an hour and a half out of a schedule that has I have 1,000+ hours more of things I would just love to do. For $77, I will stop, take an hour and a half, show someone around the studio, and be grateful to do it. Therefore, I hope this guidance, I know price is so challenging on many of the things we do in our business. I hope these thoughts on the price are helpful for you.